I worked at the #1 girls sleepaway camp in America. And when I say #1 camp, I mean #1 most expensive camp. We had the president's daughter attending there. We had Secret Service surrounding the camp. It was like the top 1% of America. And we even had girls from other countries attending camps. It was fascinating. So I'm gonna tell you about it. So before I tell you some of the wild, fascinating facts about it, let me kind of give you an overview about this camp. Think Parent Trap, but way, 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 way nicer. So the girls would come for 4-week sessions in the summer, and there was every activity. There were cooking classes, tennis lessons, water ski lessons. They had a full-on gymnastics gym, and I worked in the dance and fitness department. So how it worked for camp counselors like myself is we had a cabin of girls that we were in charge of, but then during the day, we taught classes. We all wore uniforms, we slept in cabins, but the cabins were really nice. There were hot running showers in all the cabins, you know, flush toilets, very fancy cabins. Okay, so now let me tell you some of the things that I thought were absolutely wild. The first one being, before the girls showed up to camp, they had all of their stuff sent to the camp in these giant duffel bags. I feel like you could fit 3 people in each duffel bag. And us as counselors, before the girls arrived, we had to open up the duffel bags, set up their entire beds, put their clothes away, put their shoes away, get everything ready for the girls, and then the duffel bags would go up in the attics of the cabins. When the girls arrived to camp, everything just looked like it was magically ready for them. They never saw their bags. It was just ready to go. The second thing is we had a laundry service. Once a week, you would just take all of your dirty clothes, your sheets, in a hamper, and you would take it down to a certain part of the camp, and in the evening, it would come back pressed, folded, clean. It was like the best thing ever. The third thing is about mealtime. They had a huge giant mess hall, and there was around like 300 or 400 girls that attended each session, plus the staff, and yeah, there was just a lot of people to feed. But for every meal, they served it family style. So you would sit at a table with about 10 people. They would bring the dishes to the table, and then you would pass the food around. Like, they didn't do it cafeteria style where you got a tray. It was a formal food setting. And this was for every meal. It was still camp, so it was camp food, but it was family style. That's so many dishes. Last thing that I thought was just like absolutely crazy. I mean, there's so many things, but so at the end of each camp session, the last 3 or 4 days of camp, it would break out into this big kind of camp fun rivalry game session, and it was called Color Wars. And you never knew when Color Wars was going to start. There was always some big grand surprise announcement that all the girls were looking forward to. In one of the sessions, they had like a plane fly above the camp, like low, with a big banner on the back saying that the Color Wars had started. You guys, they hired a plane. Like, what? It was fun to work there because there's no way I would ever have been able to afford it. But it was just fascinating learning what summer camp was like for the rich.